Hey everybody, this is Perry Seaman, your Eastern Region Director for NASA Rally Sport, and today we just want to talk a little bit about how we choose dates for events. There's been some chatter in social media lately about certain events stepping on each other, and I thought it would clear things up just to give you a few facts. So here at NASA Rally Sport, one of the things you learn very quickly is that most of these events are run by folks, and we have a lot of volunteers, senior volunteers especially, and course car people, stuff like that work all of these events. So in reality, the key reason why we try not to, we do compete to some extent for competitors, of course, but being a small rally community, we try not to step on other event dates because it hurts all of the events involved, right? It hurts, especially on the volunteer side. You might have key folks who normally run course car for you that choose to go run the other event course car, or the other event may not have course car people, stuff like that. Especially when you talk about the Eastern region that I have, it's almost the same set of people at all of your events, no matter who's organizing, or which sanctioning body you're racing with. There's a large overlap. So first off, that's one of the reasons we avoid stepping on events. The first place you start is you look at your sanctioning body schedule, of course. So like for NASA Rally Sport, right now we're trying to do about an event per month. And so, you start out looking there and see like kind of where the holes are, spring, fall, summer, whatever. And then you take that month and you start to work with your local area to see what the availability is and what the issues are that you need to avoid. Most of the concern when you're choosing an event date involves the local area and involves things that the venues we're using or the roads we're using will have going on, near that time. So taking events like, let's take Sandblast for one example. The state park that's there has a lot of facilities for dogs, and that big facility is used by a much larger, honestly, crowd of people than we bring in, and they route the whole place right around the Sandblast time. So when you look at Sandblast, when you're trying to get decent weather, so you're trying to get a little bit later, you don't want to run in mid-February or something like that when you might have, the weather's not so good and the roads are not quite up to snuff yet, and you're trying to get volunteer availability. So you're trying to avoid dates that they might be involved with other things, and you're trying, you can't step on other events that are in the area that are going to use the same facilities. You end up really with just one weekend, or, occasionally with an event, you might get 2 weekends to choose from, and that's it. And once you land on a weekend, it's almost impossible to change. And if you have to change, it's very difficult. I'll give you another example. Is the Michigan guys. We have a couple Cup Rally events. Around one of their events up there's a huge ham field day. So all the amateur radio guys go to this big field day, and a lot of the clubs are involved in it. And if you were to run a rally on that very same weekend, you would have no amateur radio guys. And we need a lot of amateur radio support. If you're out there and you're in a ham club or you like doing ham stuff, we've got the perfect field day for you. Come out to our events. But Michigan guys, if they move 1 week one way, they're on top of that, and they can't be because they cannot operate their event without those folks and the help and support of those folks. It's hard enough that you have their event, only a week or sometimes 2 weeks away from this event. And then you look at, festivals and community, other community things that are going on that prevent you from closing the main roads. And, you look at hunting season is a big one. We never want to step on or be on top of any hunting season in the spring or fall. So event dates often, they really just come down to the locality. What's going on there? Do they have a 5K race in town? Do they have, hunting dog field days coming in? Do they have ham club meetings? Do they have restrictions on the use of the roads because of rain conditions? Or maybe the townships don't come out and grade them in February, so you have to wait till March, that sort of thing. And all those things come together. They really make you pick a day. It just kind of lands where it lands for your region, for your area. We try very hard, like I said, not to have that day conflict. We try to stay about 2 weeks away from any other events that are in that area, but a lot, sometimes you can't. And we do establish our dates very early. If you look at NASARallysport.com, our schedule is out there. In the rally community, just know that we're all here for the good of the sport. There's certainly plenty of room to grow for everyone. And the best thing you can do really is to, not only build race cars and show up in a race, but when you can't do that, show up and volunteer and get involved. There's a million things you can do. And it's a great time. Obviously, I love it very much, both on the volunteer side and on the competitor side. So Sandblast Rally is our next event in late February down in South Carolina. It's a very unique event on the East Coast. It's as close as you can get to almost like a desert racing environment in a rally car on the East Coast. One of my favorites. They're all my favorites, honestly, but it's sort of my home event since it's like the first event I started showing up at way back in the day. And we'd love to see you out there. And come on out and race with us at Nassau Rally Sport. You'll have a great time. Thank you.